Before we get started, I'd like to take an opportunity to thank tonight's sponsors. So we'd like to thank the event presenting sponsors, Skechers, for supporting 210 and the 210 Foundation of Wi-Fi. And our good friend Michael Greenberg attended the first Wi-Fi Impact Awards in 2017 and realized the significance of the event. And I'll throw in there the women. And we are grateful to Michael and Skechers for his support and their support. We would also like to thank Zappos for our champagne bar. And I hope that you're all able to have a glass of celebratory champagne. And thank you very much, Zappos. And I'm pleased to throw our own hat into that ring as FM Platform proudly supports Wi-Fi. So lastly, I would like to extend a thank you to all of our additional Wi-Fi national supporters, the title sponsor of ALDO. So let's really hear it for ALDO because they really got behind us. National sponsors Rosenthal and Rosenthal, Caleres, woo, 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 Wolverine, and Footwear News. So now, without any further ado, I'd like to introduce Sarah Block, the Vice President, Fashion, Footwear, and Accessories of the MPD Group.
Thank you, Leslie. Welcome. So for those of you who don't know about women in the footwear industry or are new to this great organization, Wi-Fi began in 2010 and with the mission to really connect and inspire women in the footwear industry. What began as a 50-person event in New York City had quickly transformed into a network of almost 4,000 women nationwide. That's pretty impressive. Today, Wi-Fi offers so many opportunities to connect and inspire women. There are many programs, regional chapter events, webinar series, a mentoring program that's managed annually, and 2 national events every year. My team has personally benefited from so many of the professional programs, and I urge everyone in this room to really get more involved in the next year. Not only yourselves, but your teams. And we know at MPD that the next generation, our data shows us that the next generation is really passionate about community and social responsibility. And this is our opportunity to provide them with that. If you don't know about the great programs, you can just go sign up at 210 and you will get emails about all of the amazing programming that we have to offer. The Impact Awards are why we're here tonight, and this is an opportunity to recognize the accomplishments of our peers in this great industry. To date, 9 outstanding women have been honored for their significant impact on the industry as a whole. And tonight, we add 3 well-deserving honorees to that list. Yes. So without further ado, I am honored to invite footwear industry veteran Tracy Brevant to the stage to present the Leadership Award. I think my instructions were to get.
Okay. How am I supposed to turn the page and hold the award? It's a blonde problem. Okay. Good evening. My name is Tracy Brevant, and I'm here to present the Leadership Award. Can you hear me? This award is given to a woman who has been in the footwear industry for most of their career. The award recognizes leadership, passion, influence, and impact on the footwear industry. This year's honoree is my dear friend, Terry Solis, President of Sales Group at Marc Fisher Footwear. I know, I keep talking to her. I should talk to all of you. I believe almost all of you know Terry and can confidently say that if you know her, you consider yourself blessed. I know I certainly do. Terry is leadership personified. She is a leader in her professional and her personal life alike. Like so many professional leaders, she is strong, she is smart, she is committed, and she is passionate. But unlike many professional leaders, she leads with her heart without ever compromising her strength. I could speak to how her door is always open for advice, for guidance, or even for a hug. I could speak to how she's respected and appreciated by employees, footwear industry peers, and customers. But again, I'd be telling you something you already know. However, what you might not know is how she creates change and brings a joy and unparalleled integrity to every aspect of her life that she touches. Her enthusiasm is always contagious and is at the center of her work family's ambition and commitment to creating an industry like no other. She inspires people to not only be better employees, but to be better people, to be go-getters and to be go-givers. In the years I've worked with Terry, I've witnessed her be the heart and soul of our company, a presence that makes you feel like you're home. I've admired her intellect, her industry knowledge, her fierce and unwavering dedication, and her beautiful, loving spirit. I've witnessed her love of this industry, of the 210 organization, and of the idea that she can make both better places than they already are. And I'm pleased to share you have been successful on both fronts, my friend. While many of us in this room have known other leaders or have been leaders, I can assure you few, if any, are in the same league as Terry Solis. Yes, she's one of my closest friends, so that's easy for me to say. But that's not why I stand before you or why she's the recipient of this special 210 award. I stand before you today and present this Leadership and Impact Award because when someone is so extraordinary that they change the world that we live in, they deserve to be honored and recognized so that we can aspire to be better leaders and better humans, quite frankly. And based on that criteria, I can't think of anyone better than Terry for this award. Wait, I'm not done. Almost. This evening, I have tried desperately to keep my remarks about Terry specific to her contributions to the footwear industry and to 210. But would be remiss if I didn't take this opportunity to just say, now I am going to look at you. I could not be more proud and honored and blessed to call you my beacon of light, my mentor, and my friend, without which I am not certain I would have seen through some of the darkest times of my life. On behalf of all the lives you have touched, mine especially, thank you for being you. You are so loved. I'd like to invite Terry to the stage to accept her award. You get to hold the award.
Boy, I sound pretty fab. I just say so myself. Holy cow. Thank you, Tracy. Oh my God. This was a total surprise. I didn't know that she was coming to present, so I have to regroup. Thank you. So, thank you, Tracy, and thank you to Wi-Fi for this wonderful award. You know, I first came to know about 210 through my husband, who many of you know. I met Hank. He had been in the shoe industry for many, many years, even from the beginning when he had his own hush puppy stores with his brother, to moving on to management levels in department stores and specialty stores, and then on to wholesale. And I remember him telling me a story about when he was in wholesale, that his first traveling job, he had the Northwest Territory, and Sam and Libby actually put him up at their house so that he wouldn't have to pay for a hotel. That is Shoe People helping Shoe People, which is what the 210 organization is, and 210 was a part of his life, and it has become a part of my life. So now I stand here, 38 years, wonderful years in the footwear industry. And I know it's hard for me to even say that. 38 years is like, how can I be that old? But I am. And so it's very nice to be recognized for such a wonderful award, and that Wi-Fi, after all this time, it's like they managed to slip it in just before I retire. So I am retiring in, 6 Fridays from now. That's my countdown. But who's counting, right? This leadership award is the culmination of many years in the footwear industry that I am really proud to say that I've had great opportunities to have a leadership role, whether it was in retail or in wholesale. I went to work for Nine West in 1990 after spending many years at retail. And so for that, I thank Susan Itzkwitz for getting me into the wholesale business, which I have loved passionately. But more importantly, I want to thank all of my teams that I've had over the years and my wonderful team that I have now. And many who have worked for me for, I can't look at her, for so many years. Kelly Fujitani, who's worked for me for 26 years already, and many others. I mean, I have people who've worked for me for like 2 weeks or a week, Nadia, to, Tracy and others who have become just major parts of my life. Sorry. Footwear industry has made great strides in hiring women into leadership positions, and I think Wi-Fi has had really a great impact over the last few years in helping that to become even more important. I think that women are needed in our industry, and I think they're needed as a big part of the world today. So we need to have a voice. And I think that we bring a point of view that is needed in the industry and in the world today. So I encourage everybody to speak out and be a part of what our community is. My belief is that leadership at work begins with creating the right environment, one of kindness and caring, of fairness, both internally and with our business partners. I think it needs to be an environment that is fun and laughter, and if you walk by our booths, you know that we have fun and that we love to laugh. I think a leader needs to be a teacher and a mentor, a great listener, and most importantly, I think they need to lead by example. And it takes a lot of hard work. So all you young people, women in the industry, you have to put your energy into it, and it does pay off, and I think it's great for the business. So having a woman in a leadership role is crucial in business, and like I said, in the world. I love our perspective that we bring, and I think it's amazing that Wi-Fi has helped to do that for the footwear industry and for 210. I've always been a people person. I think that comes from being the oldest girl in a large family. You learn to nurture and take care and help grow and lead other people, and I think that is what has helped me in my role as a leader. And so the footwear industry now has become part of that big family, and so retiring is bittersweet. It's hard to say goodbye to those that you love, but I do love this industry. I love my friends within the company. I love so many friends that I've made in the vendor community and in the retail community. So I thank all of you for giving me this opportunity. Thank you, Y, for acknowledging all of my efforts in putting forth into this. Thank you very much. Nice surprise.
I'd like to invite Libby Edelman, SVP of Sam Edelman, to the stage to present the Advancement Award to this year's winner.
I have to say that was so emotional. And I just have to add that to me that was like a beautiful love story. And I think that's what women bring. I think they bring a lot of soul. You know, they really, we are more emotional. But it's good for business. I think it really is. It keeps it real. So that was very beautiful, Tracy. And so sad to see you go, Terry, but we'll see you. So the Advancement Award is a recognition of the contributions made towards advancing women in the footwear industry. So the recipient of this year's award is a trailblazer for women, always searching for opportunities to empower and educate women in the industry and supporting their growth in leadership roles. So in 2014, women made up 20% of this company's leadership team. Today, under the stewardship, very hard word, of the forward-thinking CEO, women make up 50% of the executive team now. So, fantastic. So they're not only talking about it and advancing women, but they're actually doing it. So we couldn't be more excited to announce this year's honoree, the ALDO Group. And as you've already heard, they're really supporting Wi-Fi already. So as the title sponsor of the Wi-Fi program, the ALDO Group has made a commitment to advancing women into positions of leadership within their organization and throughout the footwear industry. So I would like to invite Valerie Martin, Vice President of Communications, Culture, and CSR, to the stage to accept the award on behalf of the ALDO Group. And when I met her, I said, she's a kick-ass girl.
And I'll wait 2 seconds to get the trophy. Too many things to manage at the same time. So I'm Valérie Martin, and I was born in the beautiful city of Quebec, which is the first city in North America, and where we speak French. So that explains the accent. As the leader of the ALDO Group's communication, culture, and CSR, it's so important to me to be here today. You cannot imagine. And as a woman as well. It's one of my biggest priorities every single day to ensure that the next generation of women, and not only at ALDO, everywhere in the industry and in the business in general, can have a solid support system. Through mentorship, continuous learning, I want them to succeed. So last year, we've launched our purpose, our company purpose, and it's very important to me to share it with you. So it's a journey to create a world of love, confidence, and belonging. So when I say that, do you see the link between female leadership and our purpose? It's very, very clear. As someone who worked for the ALDO Group for 23 years, it's one of the most powerful leadership moments for me. Why? Because at ALDO, purpose and values are not a statement written on a wall. It's something we discuss every day, in meetings, in rallies, in communication, in strategies. We always ask ourselves the question, is it linked to our purpose? Does it reflect our purpose? So I'm very honored to receive this achievement award. And Wi-Fi has been a wonderful partner for us, and I'm sure for all of you. I would like to share a little bit of the highlights of our journey, because I would like you to hear what was successful to us and how we made these big strides. So 3 years ago, we decided to do 2 surveys. There's 2 global surveys that exist today. There's one from the BCG group and one from McKinsey called Women's Matter. It's global survey. They're wonderful. Please take them in your organization. And you'll see the perspective of men and women on different questions. We did that and we really learned. What are we doing well and what are the key opportunities? First of all, you need to hear about what your people think and what are their perceptions. Then we build a solid strategy. And at the same time, David was named CEO. And he's such a young and progressive CEO. I couldn't ask for a better. So why not? We need men, strong men, to cannot, like I see a lot of women here, but you know what? Men have a role to play. So I see also Jonathan Frankel, he's our Senior Vice President of Wholesale, and Jonathan is one of the best. Also, he's always pushing for that, is in his team and also towards the organization. So David believes in equality of opportunity. He believes that when you get promoted, it needs to be for your expertise, your hard work, and your potential. I don't want to be promoted just because of quota. I want to be promoted because I'm good. So that's very important to us in our philosophy. And we also believe that gender diversity and diversity of thoughts in general really leads to business performance. It's not only like all the studies are saying the same thing. So we decided to introduce quite a few things. So David started to talk about women leadership in companies' events, sharing transparently the data and saying how we will improve. We also share externally on our website the data. We launched Connection. It's a female leadership seminar and resource group. We're networking, we're sharing success stories, experiences, and also giving tips on career advancement. We also have guest speaker coming in because, you know, sometimes you need a reality check as a woman. You think everything will be beautiful, work-life integration. You know what? To become a leader, something needs to give, or you need to stop being so worried about everything. We also introduced a series of guidelines to improve work-life integration. Flex time, telecommute, summer Fridays, just to name a few. And then we introduced services. Are you ready? Car wash, car maintenance, hairdresser, manicurist, massage therapist, eye exams, subsidized daycare, on-site gym, mindfulness classes, nutritionist, osteopath, personal trainer. This is what we have at the office. Our goal is to make women, but also I have to say men as well, because we love everyone. We love everyone, but at the office we're like 69% women, but anyway, we love men too. So we want to make our people's life much easier. We decided as well to invest in leadership coaching. We need to bring these women to leadership roles. So we have a program, it's 13 months, every 3 weeks, and I see Julie right there. Julie's on the program right now. We decided to invest in her because we believe in her potential. We need to give her all the tools she needs to succeed. So today, why I am here? We redid the survey with McKinsey 3 months ago, and guess what? Our result dramatically improved. And it decided to select the ALDO Group as a case study, and we were included in their report and this within 2.5 years. So it's possible. Change, it's not true that change is long, change is fast. You just need to have the courage. So today, 69% of our managers are women, and as Libby mentioned, 50% of our leadership team is female. And this is double. In general, in business, it's 26%. So it's the double. So we're very proud of that. So a big thank you, he's not here, to David. David, you're amazing. I love working for you. And the 3 very words, love, confidence, and belonging, is a true reflection of our commitment to female leadership. And thank you, Wi-Fi. Now that we're good at ALDO, we need to be good everywhere. Thank you.
So now I'd like to invite Jean Markel, advisor to the CEO at Zappos, to the stage to present the Community Award.
Thank you, Libby. I'm going to apologize in advance. We had a little Zappos party last night, and my voice is not yet quite at full capacity. So for many of you, that's probably a blessing. The Community Award is given to a woman who has made a significant impact on the growth of Wi-Fi and 210. She understands the mission of 210 and is encouraging other women to get involved. My friend, Kathy Forstadt, is the director of casual women's footwear at Zappos.com. And she's this year's Community Award honoree. Stumbled right through that, Kathy. You're welcome. Kathy recently celebrated her 13-year anniversary with Zappos and has been the chair of the Wi-Fi Las Vegas chapter since 2013. Kathy is a true advocate of the Wi-Fi program, encouraging her colleagues to spread the word about the importance of Wi-Fi and actively participating in both national and local events. Along with her passion for growing awareness for 210, I've had the distinct honor of knowing Kathy very early in her Zappos journey and seeing her grow both professionally and personally. As luck would have it for me, selfishly, in very early 2006, while just out of college, she applied for an entry-level position on my team. I've decided against showing her badge picture from day one because she would kill me, but ask me later afterwards and I'll be happy to provide that for you. It's truthfully been a great honor and very exciting to see the way that Kathy has grown both personally and professionally over that journey. She's developed into such a valued and respected leader, both within Zappos merchandising, and the footwear industry overall. On a personal level, she both met and married her husband during her tenure on her Zappos journey, and they are now the very proud parents of 3 beautiful girls. And he's in the back taping this, so he's gonna get this all, so you can see this later, Kathy. Finally, and candidly, most importantly for me, I feel fortunate to call Kathy my friend. And that we've shared so many fond memories over the years. I'm not gonna cry, just got my eyelashes done. And many of these stories I'm not in a position to share with you, but I feel very lucky to count her upon one of the most special people in the industry, one of the most special people at Zappos, who's done so much for our company and within and beyond with 210. I'd like to invite Kathy to the stage to accept her award.
Oh my gosh. Thank you, Jean. That was lovely. I'm honored to be receiving this community award tonight. And there's a lot I want to say right now, but I'm going to try and keep it short and sweet. I also talk very fast, that most of you know if you do know me. If not, you'll see throughout this. I'll probably speed up as we go along, so I'm going to try and slow it down. But the one thing I can't stop thinking about is one of the first events we planned here in Las Vegas. I was so excited because it was a swap till you drop networking event. And it was the first time that everyone would have a chance to mix and mingle together in the Las Vegas area. So as you know, a lot goes into planning these events, but it's so worth it, and I could not wait until the night of the event. So first day of the show, I had a full day of appointments. I was getting the word out, encouraging everyone to come to this event. I was also 36 weeks pregnant, went to dinner that night. I also wore heels all day long and felt great, but what I didn't pay attention to was that it was a full moon that evening. It dropped 20 to 30 degrees along with the barometric pressure, and the nurses say it induces labor, which I later found out that evening when I went into labor with my first child. So I can clearly remember texting while in the hospital bed, making sure that everything was gonna go out without a hitch, because I was so worried that everything needed to be put together, and just I couldn't be there, so I was having FOMO. And with that, fast forward 6.5 years later, I'm trying to put my thoughts together for this evening. I have a 6-year-old, 4-year-old, and a 10-month-old. I couldn't even find 10 minutes for myself. As they were crying, they were making a mess, and we're also trying to get ready for the first day of school. So as I would not trade these moments for anything, we have all been there, and for those of you who have not, maybe one day, but it's this Wi-Fi organization that allows all of us to share our experiences and build a network. Being a woman, there are life challenges to overcome, but together we have the support to achieve great things in our career. I cannot thank Jean enough for the wonderful introduction, but also passing the baton to me and believing in me about 6 years ago to take on the chair for the Las Vegas chapter. You are my friend, you are my mentor. I've learned so much from you, and it's been such a joy and pleasure to work with you these past 13 years. A huge thank you to Terry and Erica for their tireless efforts in helping to make Wi-Fi what it is today. I also want to thank Jeff Esperson and Mike Normart for their support and encouragement, as this means so much to me. Sorry, I'm shaking, I'm also very emotional. And of course, I want to thank my team, the Casual Women's Footwear team, for always coming out and being a part of these events. Lastly, the other women and men at Zappos and throughout the footwear industry that continue to support and help make this organization what it is today. I'm happy to be a part of Wi-Fi, and I continue to be impressed by the accomplishments of the women in this organization and continue to look ahead to what we will all achieve. Thank you very much for this honor.
And now it's my honor to introduce to the stage Terry Rawson, who's the Chief Marketing and Development Officer. Wow, what a day. Okay, I'm going to start over, Terry. Terry Rawson, the Chief Development and Marketing Officer for 210. Terry, bring it on.
Just real quickly, I want to thank everyone for being here tonight, and I also want to thank our sponsors one more time. Without you, we would not be here. We would not be able to move Wi-Fi forward. It's super important, and I thank all of you who have decided to join this amazing national network of women in our industry and move us all forward together. I also want to thank Leslie Gallen, although she is run out because she has another event to go to, but I want to thank her for her support. She provides the space to us literally for free, which is an amazing thing, and never stops doing whatever she can to help 210 and to help Wi-Fi. And finally, most importantly, congratulations to all of our award winners tonight. You're all so deserving of these awards, and I couldn't be more proud. So thank you, and thank you, Erica. Erica, unfortunately, is leaving us, and I tried really hard to chain her to her desk, but it's not working. So she's moving on, and we thank you so much, Erica, for everything you've done for Wi-Fi. Hey, good night, everyone, and have a great show. Thank you for being here.
Oh, yeah.